Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Toastmasters Youth Leadership Program. My name is Ayanna Titus, and I'm going to be serving as your Toastmaster for this afternoon. Just a little bit about Toastmasters. We're an international public speaking organization. Our goal or our mission is to basically create the best public speakers we can and to improve in our public speaking skills. Today, we have a full agenda for you, and we will start with our invocator, who is Mariola. A little bit about Mariola. Mariola has traveled to over 20 countries, and she enjoys Indian and Japanese cuisine. So let's welcome Mariola.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. Gail Devers, a three-time Olympic champion, once stated, "Every accomplishment starts with a decision to try." Many of you, if not most of you, may not know who Gail is or what her story may be, but it's not Gail who I would like to speak to you about today. Instead, it is about those 8 inspiring words she once stated. You may not think that coming here today and deciding to participate in this program is an accomplishment, but guess what? It already is an accomplishment, and let me tell you why. It is because this program turns into something bigger and greater. And with each passing meeting, you're learning something new and taking on new risks and new steps. Whether you're starting your first speech or taking on a new role, you're accomplishing something each and every time. This quote perfectly states that the simple idea of just beginning to try something new and believing in yourself to take on a new role or a new task shows that you can accomplish many things in life. You may believe that reality sometimes is too hard and that taking on a new role or beginning something fresh is just too tough. But when you decide to start it, you realize that you can accomplish it once you're doing it. So 3 things: hard work, determination, and dedication will actually get you there. Therefore, as we gather here today, I want to acknowledge the simple fact that you already accomplished something, and coming here is a real accomplishment. You decided to come here on a Saturday and give this a shot. So I want you all to dwell on the possibilities that are here for you, and that this program will take you further and further as you continue to dwell. So, Madam Toastmaster, I would like to bring you back up.
Thank you, Mariola, for such an inspiring speech. I forgot to tell you all that as Toastmaster, my job is basically to help move the meeting along. So you will see different components of our meeting today. Next, we're going to move into what is called our impromptu speaking. This is where we learn how to speak on the fly or by the seat of our pants. And to lead us in our table topics is Beatrice, and just a little bit about Beatrice. Beatrice is a graduate of Baruch College. She actually graduated in 2013, which is last year. She also works in the marketing department of Amalgamated Bank, and she has been in Toastmasters for 6 years. So let us welcome Beatrice.
Good afternoon, everyone. So now is the fun part of the meeting. This is where we ask questions, and I will pick at the audience at random, and they will have 30 seconds to a minute to answer the question. So my first question is, since it's a new year, what are some of your 2013 achieved goals? And I will call on Jillian.
For the new year, one of the first things I want to accomplish this year is to try my best to stay focused with my schoolwork. I know that while I'm working on my schoolwork, I like to watch TV while I'm doing it or play video games while I'm doing it. And this year I just want to focus on getting my work done and then focusing on working to accomplish what I'm going to do the next day. I want to focus on how I'm going to get my work done during school particularly as well. I know I have a lot of frees and I do a lot of work in the art room instead of working on my homework, and I really want to focus on that. Another thing I want is getting along with my mother more during the week. I have 2 different houses I switched between, which is my mother. And I know I have a better relationship with my dad, and I want to just think about how I can help my mother out more throughout the week and how I can make her life a little bit easier between helping her with the housework and also focusing on treating my cat better because I don't feed her as much as I should. Those are the 2 main things I'm thinking about working on this year.
Such a great response, as you can all see. With the new year, we all want to achieve goals, and that's a great goal that we want to achieve. Moving on to my next question is, what do you see yourself doing? If you had an opportunity to be a creature, what will you be and why? And I would like to call Amanda.
Okay, so if I could be a creature, I think that I would want to be a bird, simply because they can fly and go wherever they want to go. I think that that's amazing. I've always wanted to fly, which is so cool. You get to go anywhere you want. And I don't know, I think that birds are amazing because, you know, they migrate to like different places and they always have a nest that's home. And I think that birds have really good relationships with their family because they feed each other and they're in the wild and they have to stay together and just always be together. And I think that that's a good life experience. Yeah, I think that that's another creature. Can I name another one I want to be?
Of course.
Okay, I guess also a horse. I love horses. I actually went to summer camp and I rode a horse. And horses are such loving creatures and they are so amazing. And I think that just being a horse would be really cool. You get to be in fields and like learn everything from them. And I think that's amazing. They're really loving creatures and I really enjoy that. And that's what I would want to be. Okay.
Wow, Amanda, those are 2 great creatures. One flies and one is on the ground, so really like the difference. And my last question for today is, if you had a choice to choose one person as your favorite person in the entire universe, who would it be and why? I would like to call on Emma.
Oh gosh, one person. I guess I would have to choose my best friend Colin, maybe. I have known him since he was born, and he's 6 months younger than me, and I never let him forget that. But he and I have grown up together, and we've gone to the same school since 2nd grade. But in high school, we go to different high schools. But I have to say, he's always been there for me, and our families are sort of now conjoined together. And I don't have any siblings, and more than anything, I want siblings. And he's sort of been that brother for me that no one else could really fill that role with such awesomeness. So, and we sort of get each other. I like sports, he likes sports, you know, it's nice and easy to talk with. I mean, I love my parents and, you know, all of my friends, and it's great, but I have to say that he's always been there for me, like, no matter what. So I guess it would have to be him. And I oftentimes, if something weird happened at school, I would give him a call and tell him about it, and never once has he ever been weirded out, even if it was a girly kind of topic. So, yeah.
That's a great person to pick. I mean, I have 2 brothers, and it's not that great. And that concludes our portion of table topics. I would like to welcome Madam Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you, Beatrice, for leading our table topics, and those were all really good questions and very different questions. We will now move to the next portion of our meeting, which is our project speeches. And here to deliver his icebreaker speech is Ollie. And just a little bit about Ollie. Ollie goes to the College of Staten Island, where he is a double major in law and business. And Ollie also likes to play sports. So let's welcome Ollie.
Hi, good afternoon now. How's everybody doing today? Today, I really want to talk about how is your life like when you transfer from high school to college? A lot of teachers tell us that, it's going to be really tough. The professors are never going to run on the board. They're never going to do this. They're not going to give you notes. And I want to share my experience when I went to college, when I graduated high school. I was really nervous the first day. And in that college, where I go to college, Staten Island, we have a bus who loops around the entire college. It's a pretty big college. And I was back like a little freshman in high school with a big book bag and a laptop and lots of books in my bag. And I'm like running around trying to find my classes, asking people, where's my class? I don't know, I'm lost. And then when I would go into my class, I would sit all the way in the back of the room because I don't want the professors to, pick on me. Because the first day, what to do? They ask you to introduce yourself. Even though I'm a Toastmasters coach, I was still nervous because it was the first day of my college. And my first semester was awesome. I loved it. I had great professors. They were outgoing, proactive. It was totally the opposite of my teachers in high school used to tell me what they were going to be like. I had professors who would give me notes. I had professors who would, give you extra time, extra attention if you needed it. And I really loved college. And then, first when I went to college, I had no idea what I wanted to do. But then I randomly took this class. That class was for business and law. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing in this class, but let me go in this and let me see what I can do about it. So I went to that class. The professor was amazing. He was also double major in business and law, and he was an attorney. And so I started going to that class, loved it, and I was like, you know what? I want to become an attorney one day. And then I started taking law classes over there. And recently, when I was in that semester, I had a lot going on. I had a job, I had gym, I had a family to take care of, and I was going to college. And right one day before my semester was going to be over, I got into a terrible car accident. And that just dropped me from here all the way down over here. And I was able to do nothing. I was home for 4 months. I lost a semester. And another person in my shoes would be like, you know what? I quit everything. I just want to go to college. I just want to go do work. I don't want to do these extra activities in my overtime. But I say, I can't give up. So my point here is that college is totally different what high school tells you. It prepares you for a future life. It gives you a new career ahead of you. It gives you a new path to be successful. So at the end of the day, I got back up. I was done with my surgery after my accident. I went back to college. I started my semester again. I didn't give up on my dream. And I started working out again, and went back to my job, and it was wonderful. And you know what? I felt proud of myself. I was like, you know what? Thank God I didn't give up. Thank God I went out, I stood myself up, I didn't keep myself down, and I was motivated to do better. And I'm trying my best to do better. I'm trying to do better. And my goal for our youth and our youngster is that there are going to be a lot of difficult times in your life where you just want to give up and not get back up again and be like, you know what, I'm tired of this. But that's not at the end. You have to get back up. You have to try your best. And you have to motivate yourself to do better in your life. College is just another step in your life where you have to bring yourself all the way up, motivate yourself, get going, and have a brighter future. And I just want to give this message to the youth that in college, that's where your real life begins, and that's where you have to start taking your own responsibilities. Thank you.
Thank you, Ollie, for that great speech. I think it's very good for us to hear inspiration and the challenges of going from high school to college and the challenges we'll face in life, and to be able to rise above those challenges is really important. So thank you for that lovely message. We're now turning to what is called the evaluation portion of our meeting. In Toastmasters, we evaluate all of our speeches, and that's the way we can give each other feedback on where we can improve as public speakers. So Ollie has been evaluated today by Bjerkes, and we saw Bjerkes earlier today who led our table topics. So let's welcome Bjerkes back, who's going to evaluate Ollie's speech. Bjerkes.
So we just heard an amazing speech from Ali, And my role as an evaluator is to tell Ali everything he did good on and things he could improve on for his next speech. So what Ali did was a speech, and as any speech, it's just like writing an essay. You have an intro, a body, and a conclusion. And I have to start out by saying your introduction was good. His topic was transition of high school to college. I think it fits in with the group since we have some high school students here, and his topic of the speech connected with the audience, and it's always a good thing. You want to connect with the audience. You want to feel a sense that they know what's going on, and you had a good tone, eye contact, and posture. Your tone is very important because you don't want to be monotone. You engaged me. I can tell by just your facial expressions when you were happy, when your teachers told you about college, how it was scary, and I could see it in your face. And then when you went to college, how it was a great experience. And college is great. Then your body, you spoke about college and the classes you took and what led you to your major. And I think that was a great transition. As you were saying, as a freshman, you were scared and the way that you looked, and then you didn't want to go to college, and then you did, and you had such an amazing teacher that had a great impact on you. And that's what your major is, business law, and you're a double major just like your teacher. So it just showed how powerful that teacher was. And then your conclusion, I have to say, was perfect. It was great. You wrapped up your speech with your conclusion, and you talked about, yes, you went from this scared kid to this young adult. You know what you want to do. And then you also spoke about the car accident that you had, and your call to action was great. It fit perfectly with your speech because it talks about not giving up and striving to do better. And you spoke about how college does that and how we need to go to college to do better, and how even though you had a car accident and you missed a semester, you still didn't give up. You went back to college and you went back to work, and that was great. The only thing I would say to improve on is your introduction. I would say maybe start with a quote instead of just starting with today I will speak about, or today my speech is about. Starting with a quote engages the audience a little more, or even a question. I was a little confused when your speech started, but again, great tone, great topic. We're all scared, of course, before we go to college, but you're showing us that you're doing a great job. So thank you for your speech.
Bjerkes, thank you for that lovely evaluation. I think that Ollie actually felt that he got really valuable feedback, so thank you for your evaluation. In Toastmasters, we also time ourselves, and today we had a timer. Serving as our timer was Brian. Just a little bit about Brian. Brian is an actual professional playwright. He recently adopted a puppy, and he loves to cook. So let's welcome Brian with our timing report.
Thank you. So for our timing report, we have Mariola at 2 minutes and 7 seconds. We had Jillian at 1 minute, 10 seconds. Amanda was 1 minute, 1 second. Emma was 1 minute, 21 seconds. Ali was 4 minutes and 7 seconds, and Bjerkes was 2 minutes, 22 seconds.
Thank you, Brian, for that timing report. And in Toastmasters, in addition to timing our speeches and really trying to master discipline in terms of time, we also count those filler words, those ahs and ums, likes, you know, so's that we tend to use in speech. And here, serving as our ah counter is Sarissa. And just a little bit about Sarissa. Sarissa is an early childhood education major, and her dream is to be a special ed teacher. She also enjoys singing soprano. So let us welcome Sarissa as our ah counter today.
Intro/our Toastmaster Ayana had 1 ah, 2 so's, and 1 Mariola, our invocator, had 2 so's. Ali, our icebreaker speech, which I actually liked, but knowing CSI, I thought dropping out, maybe you actually get kicked to Kingsbow, because that's what a lot of people do. Had 2 ahs, 3 so's, 3 ums, 2 likes, and 6 you knows. Bjerkes, our table topic / evaluator, had 4 so's and 3 ums. Our timer, Ryan, had 1 so. Jillian had 1 and 4 Amanda had 1 yeah, 1 cuz, 2 so's, 7 and 2 likes. Emma had 1 I guess, 1 I mean, 1 yeah, 6 3 so's, and 5 And that wraps up our counter report for the day.
Thank you, Sarissa, for that thorough report. I learned a lot today about the filler words that we tend to use. So at this time, I really just want to say thank you to you all for participating in our Toastmasters Youth Leadership Program demo meeting. As you can see, there's different components to our meeting, and I think all of those components help us to improve in our public speaking. So thank you again, and thank you to Marble Collegiate Church. Have a nice day.